Well, good evening, aviators. It's your captain speaking. It's been a while. It's been a while. PlayStation 5, I've been really enjoying it. Been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator on PlayStation 5. Been like, when I say I've been really enjoying it, I've been enjoying it because I haven't had any issues. Almost now, 20 days I've been playing it. I haven't had one single issue, one single crash, one single problem. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just the lucky one. Maybe some of you had experienced issues, but I have not. Everything's been smooth. I can't remember, like last time I had this much of a great experience with a Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've been using Microsoft Flight Simulator for 5 years. 5 years, since 2020. And it's been all kinds of problems on the PC, on the Xbox. But that's because it was just, it was brand new, next generation, right? The ambitions were much high. They were super high. They were trying to do like the impossible to bring you the entire world, right, and all of that, so you can fly anywhere you want to fly. Well, for those of you on the PlayStation, the wait has been worth it, because now you get to have the best optimized version of this game. So, been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've been playing a little bit of Mario Kart World. Been playing a little bit of that, Been grinding the Mario Kart World. Actually, Mario Kart World is very addictive, because you always want to unlock new vehicles, level up, get faster vehicles, etc., etc. So it's kind of fun. I've been playing a lot of this, This is the PlayStation version, of course. And it looks fantastic. It really does. So we're deep in South America. When I say deep in South America, we're talking South Pole. We're not like in a central part where the jungle is and all the Amazon, right? No. We are like way down, way down below, near Antarctica. So it's going to be a pretty good flight. All right, let's take off the chocks, take off all the stuff. Let's get ready. This is my favorite plane, Pilatus PC-24 by now. I have my, top 4, or is it top 5 or top 4? Let me see. CJ4 Citation, Cirrus Vision Jet 2, PC-12 from Pilatus, and of course PC-24 from Pilatus. So those are like my top 4. If I had to select top 5, it would probably be the PC-12 Pro. Whenever they release PC-12 Pro, there's also PC-12 Pro. It's a professional, like more upgraded version of a PC-12. I don't know if it's available on a Microsoft Asobo store, but I know that it exists. Like Pilatus has recently released a successor to PC-12, which is a single turboprop engine. It's called the PC-12 Professional, PC-12 Pro. But that's for a single prop turbo engine propeller. This is still the big daddy. This is dual jet engine. 440 knots, goes up to 45,000 feet up in the altitude, up in the air. So this is still the granddaddy of the granddaddy, the best of the best, creme de la creme. So if I have to pick my 5, those are my 5, including PC-12 Pro. But I'm pretty sure there will be a PC-12 Pro. Either probably from Carenado, most likely Carenado, because Carenado already has like a good partnership with Pilatus. So I'm pretty sure Carenado will be working on PC-12 Pro, whenever that is. I don't know when, but I'm sure it's coming. All right, let's remove everything. Look at the detail. People who say Carenado doesn't do a great job on detail, I don't know what people are drinking. Like, I really, like, what are you drinking? Like, dude, if you were to see this plane, like in real life, right? If somebody was to give you a tour, access to Pilatus, facility, and they said, hey, come to the Pilatus facility, let me show you this plane. And if you were to walk around and examine this plane side by side from the real plane to this, it's 100% identical. 100%. Everything. So Carenado did the best job, the most accurate, realistic job that you can get. Like, this is as real as it gets. All laser scanned. Like, what you see here, it's exactly what you will see in real life. Like, that's the bottom line. So people who say that doesn't look that, like, this is why you can't listen to other people, because people just want to talk bunch of nonsense. Because it's internet, it's easy to go and turn on the camera and turn on the microphone and blah 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 and just spit out a bunch of stupid nonsense. I like to stick to the facts, right? I like to go straight to the source. Guess what I did? When I was reviewing like this airplane, I was like, for me personally, when I was researching, I was like, okay, I already seen what Carenado has made. Okay, I checked everything from Carenado. Now let's go to the source. Let's go directly to Pilatus. So I went straight to the Pilatus, which is in Switzerland, right? And looked at the blueprint, the everything, the design of the plane. It's exactly the same exact replica as it is on a Carenado that you're seeing here. Everything, even the Honeywell Primus operating system that's built inside, it's exactly the same. The sound, everything that you hear from the jet engine, it's all exactly the same. But that's because in life you have to stick to the facts. Do an accurate, realistic investigation of something. What are we talking about? If you want to investigate something, then stick to the facts. Go straight to the source. If you want to say that this is not a accurate version of PC-24, all right, well then prove it. What's not so realistic about it? So a lot of people, I don't want to use the word, I'm trying to, filter myself out as much as possible. But people are full of themselves, They just want to say, just because for whatever reason they don't like this plane, they're going to make up some stupid nonsense lies and say, ooh, it's not realistic. Trust me, this is as real as it gets. And there's a reason why this is a top seller airplane. It's 5 out of 5 stars. It's top seller right now on the Asobo marketplace. And for that reason. So don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to people who talk out of, their behinds. I'm trying not to use any foul language. Do your own research. Don't even listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Do your own research. You got internet, you got access to the internet. You can research everything that every other person on this planet can research. Stick to the facts. So don't listen to what other people are saying, because other people have, I don't know, different reasons why they don't like this plane. So they're going to tell you why this is not a realistic plane. No, this is not like the real PC-24, even though they never flown a real PC-24, right? Anyway. So, I just want to clarify on that. Listen, I'm not trying to, be some kind of a negative stickler nanny about this, but trust me, I already tested this plane. This is the best you're gonna get right now. As far as the private jet, it doesn't get any better than this. All right, let's go inside. We got all the covers taken down. But I'm a stickler when it comes to like when people start, talking about the airplanes and they haven't even tried it. I mean, I have this new rule, and I said I'm going to start 2026 with this new rule. I'm not going to talk about a video game or a product unless I try it. That's my golden rule. And I can't listen to somebody's opinion, especially if they never tried it. Like, if you never tried a product, why should anybody listen to you? Why should anybody even care about what comes out of your mouth? If you haven't tried the product, so who are you to tell me if this product is good or not good? You catch my drift, guys? This is the way I'm, like, living my life. If you have tried the product, okay, but let me hear what you have to say. But if you never tried the product, I don't even care what comes out of your mouth, because you have no credibility. You telling me what? You haven't tried it, you know nothing about it, so how can I get any kind of feedback from you? And this is me just being fair. I'm not trying to be a douchebag. Douchebag for Clara. Douchebag for Clara. You know that song? Douchebag for Clara. I'm not trying to be a douchebag for Clara. But don't tell me this plane sucks and you never tried it. Yet it's 5 out of 5 stars. It's top seller. Everything in this plane, it's exactly laser scanned, exactly as it is in. Even the carpet, you can remove the carpet. This carpet is removable. These seats are removable. You can remove them. So you can make space on this plane to be a either a first responder ambulance type airlifting, air ambulance, rescue air ambulance. If one of the hikers or, snowboarders is hurt or injured, the helicopter can transport them to the nearest airport, and then you can transport them to the nearest hospital, etc., etc. Or you could just use this as a, storage cargo. Just have all of this as a storage. Just put a bunch of motorcycles in here or whatever. So this is a very versatile airplane. So everything you see here, everything I tell you here, don't just listen to me. Go and Google it. Go search it right now. Here's what I tell people. Every word that comes out of my mouth, you can pull up your laptop, go on the Google search, and start typing what I just said. And you can double check everything I just said. Why am I telling you this? So that way you know I also do my research. I use internet for that reason, to go straight to the source and do my research and study and research something instead of just having an opinion and guessing, right? Let's just guess. I don't like guessing. I like to know for a fact what this plane is made of, who made it, what it can do, what it can do, its capabilities, etc., for any product. So don't listen to naysayers. I can't believe they're selling this plane for $20.49. Seriously. When you look at other planes out there, they're selling it for $69, $70, $80. What Carenado is selling this for $20, it's almost like they're giving it to you for free. But anyway, let's go flying, shall we? And again, I'm trying to be a stickler about this stuff, but, I would rather people try a product before they start talking about the product. It's like I have that rule. I have that golden rule, man. Like, please, if you haven't tried the product, I'll give you one example. My friend, my member, KJNBA25. I asked him about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. This is before I was on the fence and I didn't know what to think. I think I was a bit of a hater. Didn't like Metroid Prime 4. I was shitting all over it, right? I was hating on it, trashing it. And then I asked him, hey, since you have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, could you please tell me, what do you think? And he gave me an honest answer. He says, look, I'm early in the game. I'm not much of a video game reviewer. How about I give you a copy of this game and then you try it? And I was like, awesome. Great. See, that's what I like about him. I wish that everybody could be like him. Is, hey, I'm not going to tell you, what I think about the game. I'm early on in the game. I don't know yet how to feel about the game. The graphics seems nice, but other than that, I don't know yet how to feel. That's being an honest, giving you an honest, point of view. So it was like, why don't you try it? Here's the copy. Let me give you the code. Go try it. So, and I appreciate that he did that. So the whole point I'm trying to make here, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, and this is something that you guys can learn. Don't talk about the products you haven't tried. This is just a common sense. This is not me trying to be a douchebag for Clara. This is not me trying to be some sort of a stickler or an asshole. Sorry for my Bosnian French, English, American language. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be an ass about this. But it's just a simple common sense. Like, do not talk to me about a product. Do not talk to me about any product unless you have hands-on experience, unless you have tried it. This goes for video games, for airplanes, anything. If you have not tried the product, I don't care. I can get not much from you other than you just having an opinion based on what you've seen, based on what I've seen. That doesn't really do me any favors as far as the feedback. The feedback is when you actually have a hands-on experience with something and you tried it, and then you can tell me your opinions about it. And then from that, I can get some sort of a feedback to give me a better idea of what other people feel about that certain product, This is why I don't watch IGN. This is why I don't watch GameSpot, because their reviews are based on personal feelings about the game. Like, as a reviewer, you should never mix your personal feelings about the game. Your job as a reviewer is to tell me what's inside the game. And that's it. What features are inside the game. It shouldn't be, ooh, I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, guess what? You as a reviewer, just because you don't like something in the game doesn't mean that the rest of us will not like it. So that's the issue with like the IGN and GameSpot, is when they are reviewing the game, they're giving their own personal feelings. But they forgot. You're not reviewing the game for yourself. You are reviewing the game for everybody. Your job as a journalist is to give me what's in the game, what the features are, what can you do, what you can do, how long is the game, what other features are there any extra challenges, etc., etc. It should strictly be like that. Like, you shouldn't have to bring out your personal feelings about the game or your personal preferences about the game. Just because you didn't like something in the game doesn't mean that other people will not like. Or just because you liked something in the game so much doesn't mean that everybody else will like it. So this is why I don't like watch reviews. I prefer a demo. And where's the demo for Resident Evil Requiem? Come on. Isn't there supposed to be a demo already? When's the demo coming out? Like, I want to try everything myself. That's why I keep telling everybody. Give me the demo. I don't listen. The reviews don't mean nothing to me in 2026. The demo means everything to me. Now, you can give me your opinion about the video game if you have tried the product. That I have no problem. Like, if you're, playing it and you have your own opinion about it while you're playing it, sure, I'll take that opinion in consideration. But when you start taking those opinions into review, that's something that I don't think it's right. You shouldn't take any opinions in the review. You should keep those opinions to yourself. Now, personally, you could say, all right, my opinion is I'm not a fan of this, but I'm not going to give the game a bad score because I personally doesn't like this, and that. Right? But anyway, my whole point is this. I have one rule nowadays, and that one rule is if you haven't tried the product, you can't give me any feedback. But if you did try the product, then you can give me your feedback, But as far as these reviews from IGN and GameSpot, I really don't watch that because I mean, have you watched all of these reviews from IGN and GameSpot last year, 2025, and even 2024? It's all personal preferences. Each review, it's a personal preference. Ooh, the game's too repetitive. Okay, so every game's too repetitive. Ooh, Metroid Prime, it's boring. There's, let me tell you just how badly Metroid Prime has been reviewed with so much misinformation. Everyone was telling you on the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond that the game has all these annoying characters. You're constantly talking to the characters. Not true. There are some characters in the game, but you only talk to them briefly whenever you encounter them, whenever you see them. So anyone who hasn't played the game, see, this is the problem of the propaganda. Propaganda is a very powerful tool because it wants you to believe the majority. It wants the majority to believe. Like a mind hive, like a bunch of ants mind hive, to believe that don't buy Metroid Prime 4 Beyond because there's too many characters and there's too much chatter, there's too much talking, and it's not true. Most of the time you're alone trying to figure things out on your own, like in previous Metroid games, right? So what does that tell you? It tells you that you cannot trust people's opinions, you cannot trust people's reviews. Give me the demo. But you can have an opinion if you try the product. You see the difference? I don't mind people having an opinion if they tried the product. If you tried the product and you don't like it, that's okay. But the problem with reviews are you are reviewing the game, but for whom? Are you reviewing the game for everyone? Or are you reviewing the game for yourself? And if you look at those reviews from GameSpot and IGN, or even Game Informer, right? It's all pretty much from their perspective. So basically, they're reviewing the game for themselves. Even Digital Foundry, when they review a game, they're reviewing a game for themselves. They're not reviewing it for everybody. So this is why my rule is this. Give me the demo. If you want to sell me on a video game, if you want me to pay $70, give me the demo. Demo is the best way to get me to buy your game. That's number one. Number two, you can have an opinion on the product and even a video game. That's fine. You don't have to like it. But the problem is, if you're going to review it and do a review on a game, your opinion, to me, it's going to be a problem. Because your opinion, it's basically you reviewing the game for yourself. Remember, if you're going to review something, you have to think about the audience. You have to think about everybody. Millions of people who are going to be watching your video, or millions of people who are going to be reading your article. You need to tell them what the game has and what the game doesn't have. Don't spend too much time on telling what I don't like in the game. Here's what I don't like, and here's what I like. People don't want to hear that. People want to know what's in the game. Give me the ins and outs. What does this game has to offer? What are the features? Stick to the facts. I think that's how the review should be. But unfortunately, reviews these days are not like that. Reviews these days are based on a personal preference and a personal feelings. Same thing with, what's that other game? The samurai game that came out. I have it. It's right here. What's the name of that game? Jesus. Ghost of Yate. Right? I'm still playing it. Right? It's a great game. Beautiful story. Great revenge story. Almost like John Wick. But people have been trashing it. They've been trashing it. Right? Trashing it, right? Oh, it's a female. It's a woke female. And it's controversial because of what she said and what the developers said. And I'm like, I don't care about that. What I do care about is the game. I don't care what they said. That's their problem, not my problem. They have a freedom of speech. They can say whatever the hell they want to say. That doesn't mean I have to agree on it. But what I'm simply saying is, why are you focused on that? Why aren't you focused on the game? Why so focused about what their political preferences or what their, political movements are? Why do you have to bring that up? As a gamer, I don't care what they said. If the game is great, that's all I care about. Same thing with the movie. I don't care what the film director said, what his political views are, or which church he goes to pray. I don't care. Or which party he belongs to. I don't care. What I care about, was the movie great? All right, the movie was great. Right? So, this is the issue. People like to bring their own personal feelings and their own personal agendas into everything. I personally don't care about that. People can say whatever the hell they want to say. All right? What I care about is this game good, right? So, now, if you're somebody who chooses not to play this game because of what she said, what the developer said about, what happened last year and all that. I don't want to get into the politics, right? But if you're going to be only stuck on that, then guess what? Then you don't appreciate the gaming. You don't appreciate the art. So, my whole point is this. A lot of people bring their own personal agendas and their own personal issues. Dude, if I was to look at everything based on what somebody said and their personal opinions and their personal feelings, I wouldn't be watching anything. I wouldn't seen one single movie. I would not have seen one single TV show. I would not have played one single video game. I would not have listened. What I'm supposed to do, like, let's say you're a huge fan of Kiss, right? And for whatever reason you don't like the Kiss anymore because, whatever. I don't want to get into politics, right? Because, they've been awarded the medal of this, medal of that, right? And you don't like it because who was giving the medal to them? Or same thing with Sylvester Stallone. Where you're going to stop watching all the Sylvester Stallone movies because of who gave him the medal? Look, guys, don't tangle yourself up with bunch of labels and bunch of cult-like mentality parties. Enjoy art for what it is. Enjoy artists for what they are, not for what their personal preferences are, for what their political views are. And honestly, this is one of the things that I've noticed last year, especially last year. Everyone is like, "Ooh, I don't want to watch this movie because this actor says this, and that." Or I don't want to play this video game because they said this, and that. Then you're missing out, man. Right? Let's say Christopher Nolan says something that you don't like. You're not going to go watch The Odyssey. Let's say Steven Spielberg said something that you don't like. Right? And you're like, oh man, I'm offended he said that. I'm not going to watch the Disclosure Day because he said something I didn't like. Well, guess what, man? Then you're going to be missing out on everything. Because you're focused on what people say. Like, how about me? I don't want to watch Tom Cruise movies because he's tied to Scientology. And he has special rules. He has special boundaries. If you want to talk to him, there's like specific boundaries that he has that you have to go through this process before you can even talk to him, right? And he has the same thing with dating. Like, women who want to date him, they have to like sign a specific prenup. There's a 5 list of things they have to do, right? So what am I supposed to do now? Not watch Tom Cruise movies because he has certain boundaries and certain rules? I think this is where you guys make mistake. Because you're so tangled up in this, cult-like mentality of I belong to this group. Nobody gives a shit about your groups, all right? None of this shit matters. What you need to focus on is enjoying your life and enjoying the entertainment. So the only reason I'm bringing this point, it's because this is the issue with video games and movies these days. Everything's Vogue, right? Everything's a Vogue movie. Everything's this, everything's that. This movie's a Vogue, or this video game's a Vogue, and everything's Vogue, right? Everything sucks. Well, if everything sucks, well then what are you doing then? Maybe you should live in the forest. If there's nothing good for you, if there's no such a good experience for you out there, then maybe you should get off the grid, bro. Don't live off the grid. Live in the forest. Because certainly there's nothing for you out on the grid for you to enjoy. So, and this goes back to, again, reviewing the games. That's my whole point of come across here. Sorry for the long, TED Talk introduction that I have to go full circle. So this is my whole point. If you're going to review a product, or if you're going to review a video game, don't bring your own personal preferences and your own personal agendas and your own personal feelings. This goes back to 2019. I remember one good example, GameSpot. I think it was a GameSpot. I'm not going to mention her name. But this is back in 2019 when she reviewed Days Gone. And I'm not going to mention her name. Okay? She reviewed the Days Gone and she gave it a 5 out of 10, which is ridiculous. Poor. 5 out of 10. And why did she give it a 5 out of 10? The zombies are too rhino. How come there's no different colors of zombies? Why are there all a bunch of, rhino zombies? Why there's a bunch of bikers, assholes bikers, misogynist bikers? So she reviewed a game based on her personal political agenda feelings. And that's why that is the problem. You shouldn't have any business reviewing a game if you bring your own personal political views. If I'm going to run a gaming reviewing journalist company, I will have sort of rules. The rules are this. You can't bring any of your political, personal feelings here. You can't bring any of your political, personal agendas here. All right? You need to stick to the facts. What's inside the game, how long the game is, what features does the game has, how difficult the bosses are, what other side quest missions do they have, how long are these side quest missions, etc., etc. Stick to the facts. That's how reviews should be done. But the problem is, GameSpot's not doing that. IGN is not doing that. Digital Foundry is also not doing that. Game Informer, it's not doing that. Gaming Bolt also, it's not doing that. They bring their own personal preferences, their own personal feelings. And to me, this is why I don't watch reviews of video games anymore. Give me the demo. That's why I tell people. I'm sure they will complain about the new Tomb Raider. Mark my words. There's going to be some bitching and moaning about the new Tomb Raider. Oh, she looks too tall. She looks a little bit stronger. They're going to... Oh, maybe she looks a little bit more mature. Why is she so mature? They're going to find something to bitch and moan about it. Okay? So, this is why I have this one rule. I don't read the reviews. I only care about the demo. Give me a playable demo. And one great example is Metroid Prime 4. Remember, I was totally brainwashed by the reviews and internet, believing that it's a boring ass repetitive game with bunch of Halo-like characters, annoying characters talking to you all the time. I almost bought into that. That you're spending most of your time on the desert. I bought into all of that. Yes, you do go through desert a little bit so you can go find these teleporter keys. But most of the time, dude, you are alone in these dungeons, in these facilities, trying to figure out what to do. How to get yourself out of these facilities and how to find the teleporter key. There's no annoying characters talking to you in your ear. So, thanks to my friend KJNBA 25, is it KJNBA 25? If he didn't give me the copy of that game, I would see how powerful the propaganda is. I would still be brainwashed. See, I hope you learned something from this. The power of social media and internet is very powerful. You're going to start believing it. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. So you're going to start believing that. It has a very huge impact, right? So this is why you have to do your own research. You have to try things out for yourself before you purchase something, you buy something. And that's my whole point here with this airplane. If I listened to all the naysayers, I would have never bought this Pilatus PC-24 plane. I would have listened to other people saying, it's not a realistic model, it's not this, right? It's not really a good plane, blah, blah, blah. And then you start believing it. And then you miss out on it. And then you buy it, and then you say, well, shit. What are these people talking about? What are they blabbing about? There's nothing wrong with this plane, right? So, what's the lesson you learn here? I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like Daniel Craig in the movie, Glass Onion or Wake Up Dead Man, me trying to explain what I'm trying to say. To come full circle, to get to the point. I know, but that's my point. So, do you guys understand what I'm saying? You guys have no clue. None. Zero. That's okay. It's all right. Maybe you'll rewatch this live stream some other time, and maybe you're gonna put on your headphones. Maybe you're gonna understand. Ah, I see what he's saying. Or maybe you'll pay for a premium membership, $2, and maybe you will not have to watch the commercials, and maybe uninterrupted without commercials you will understand. Ah, I see his point. Anyway, now let's start this plane, shall we? So how do we turn on this plane? Again, everything's here right above, man. This is what I like about this plane. I already have explained this before. Everything's right above you, man. This is the part that I like about this plane. This is the only plane that has this small little compartment right here, right above you, and everything is there. And I love it. Your electrical system is there, your engine system is there, your taxi lights, strobe lights, your internal lights. It's all there. Beautiful. The simplicity of this plane, the way Pilatus has created it is just perfecto. Perfecto mundo excellencia, eh? Bene, bene, bene. Perfecto mundo excellencia. Perfecto mundo excellencia. Sound like some kind of like a Spanish Dracula. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Hey, chico. Oh, bonita. Yeah. There we go. Let's turn this on. Batteries, battery 2, generator 2, all there. There it is. This is the Honeywell Primus operating system. There it is. It's all there. Now we need to also turn on the external GPU, external power GPU. And you will see shortly after the second monitor is turning on. But while we wait, let's turn on and run the left engine. Turn it on. Run the right engine. Turn it on. There it is. You can see it building up, building up, building up, building up, building up. There it is. See the simplicity of this plane. I could honestly, literally, I was telling my friend Shuki this. I could honestly like go to this real airplane and turn it on for real. Like I'm so familiar with this plane now. Literally, even though I'm not a pilot, obviously they would not let me fly. I could maybe sit as a co-pilot, right? But I would be able to like turn on this plane and do all the switches, everything. There's the engine. It's running. Baba Yaga! Baba Yaga! Baba Yaga! Baba Yaga! Baba Yaga! Baba Yaga! Okay. So what's the next step? Well, the next step is to turn on the lights. 50% cockpit dome. Cabin lights, 50%. See if it's turned on. Wait. No, not yet. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, the lights are turned on. There they are. What else? What else? Turn on the no smoking lights, seat belts. What else? What else? Ice lights, turn it on. Navigation logo on. Turn it on. Strobe lights. Taxi, turn it on. Turn it on. Windshield, yes, we're gonna turn that on. This is for your anti-ice, de-icing. You don't want any ice on your windshield. You want to defrost that ice. You want to de-ice the windshield. It's like anti-icing to de-ice the windshield. You know that frost bites on your windshield. This is for de-icing. So I usually keep my de-ice vanilla ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. But hey, stop. Let's collaborate, huh? Here we go. ice, baby. There you go. That's done. We also got some lights over here we can turn on. 20%. 20%. What else? We got the strobe lights. Let's double check. Yep. LED lights turned on. Everything's there. Ready to rock and roll. But I want the lights to be pulsing. They need to be pulsing. Pulsing. So we need to turn it on to pulsing. There we go. Now it's pulsing. Very realistic. Big screenshot. Beautiful. Let's take one more screenshot before we take off. Beautiful. Perfecto mundo, excelencia. Excelencia. Perfecto. There we go. Look at those LED lights over here. It even says Pilatus. Look how realistic that is, bro. Look at that. Look at the realism. Just the realism. So unbelievable. Alright, well, the only thing left for me to do is turn on the ATC. Alright. It's the ATC. Announce taxi.
Koi Hake traffic. Baba Yaga 79er is taxiing to runway 21, Koi Hake.
Baba Yaga. I was gonna call myself Skibbity Dibbity Toilet, but that didn't sound too good. That'd be kind of cool name for me, Skibbity Dibbity Toilet. Imagine if I was a guy who's always sitting in a toilet taking a shit while live streaming, and I call my channel Skibbity Dibbity Toilet. And every time somebody gives me a tip, I flush the toilet. That's a great idea for a channel, for like a YouTube channel, Skibbity Dibbity Toilet, right? You're just sitting on a toilet, right? You're just taking a shit, and every time somebody tips you a big amount of like money, or super chat, and you flush the toilet. Wouldn't that be great? That'd be a great idea, man. Hey, don't steal my idea now. Skibbity Dibbity Toilet. Alright? Well, I don't think that was my original idea, right? Neither was the 6-7. 6-7. So this is all Gen Z's new ideas. I'm learning. I'm educating myself about the Gen Z generation. Educating myself. Alright. Let's go. Got to the taxi to runway 21. Once we get there, we announce the clear runway. We're good to go. Alright, let's go. Do I need a pushback? No, sir, I do not need a pushback here, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't need a pushback. I'll tell you right now. I don't need a pushback because, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a skibbity-dibbity toilet. Now we're deep down in South America continent and near, South Pole, so it's pretty cold over here. Alright, you'll see some snow in the mountains, don't worry. It's pretty cold over here, pretty cold. Let me just make sure that my de-icing, ice baby, ding dong, ice baby. Let's turn to auto high, ice baby. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba. There we go. See, ice. It's the ice. Don't blink twice. Roll the dice. Eat some rice. Better yet, stop. Let's collaborate. Roll the dice. Don't blink twice. You're not going to find this kind of entertainment. No other YouTuber will give you this kind of entertainment. Trust me, I looked around. Nobody's on my level, man, sadly. I mean, I don't know what to say. Everybody's kind of depressed, you know. This is the YouTubers out there. Hold on, let me tell you something. Hold on. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you. This is majority of YouTubers out there. Thank you for that donation. Yeah, I didn't have time to play that game. I was busy. Oh yeah, thank you, man. So we got to go to that runway. I got it. Anyway, and I'm not saying this like. Even Dr. Disrespect has become boring. It's like, you know, he's just about money now. Like, even Doc has become boring. I don't know. It's just. You know why? Do you know why everyone's boring? Would you like to know why? Would you like to know why? Would you like to know why? Why everyone's so boring? Because they're only after money. Sadly. They're just after the money. That's why they're so boring. Because all they're thinking about is, how much money did I make on the live stream? Oh, how many donations did I get? We got to go down that way, and then once we get to the end of the runway, then we got to turn around and then get a clearance to go ahead and take off. Look, I'm not trying to like be an ass. Look, I like Doc, I like all these other YouTubers, but to me they all are like just doing it for the money. Like, you know, I'll just say this one more thing. if you're doing something only for the money, it certainly shows on the screen. But if you're truly passionate about something and you're doing it because you love doing it and you don't care about how much money you make or any money at all, like you don't give a shit, you're just doing it because you love doing it, you want to entertain. Like when I went to Meta Horizon World for 2 years, 23, 24, you can ask people in Meta Horizon World. I wasn't doing it for the money. I wasn't charging people, to stay in the character. Like, oh, you want me to stay in the character? You'll have to pay me. You want to talk to me? You'll have to pay me. Like, I wasn't charging people for it. I went there for free because I was enjoying it, man. I did it for fun. I did it because I was genuinely enjoying it. I had fun as John Wick character, making people laugh, making people entertained. And I did it for that reason. I didn't do it for money reasons. Even though, it was like both physically, mentally, and energy-wise was very draining. It drains me out, man. I was exhausted because you have to stay in character, which is not easy to do. You try and stay in character, man. You'll see how hard it is. But I did it because I enjoyed it. See, I didn't do it because I wanted some sort of validation, or I wanted to make money, or I wanted to be vanity. Look at me, vanity, right? I wasn't doing it for that. I did it because I enjoy doing it. Even this. Why do you think I'm streaming this right now? Because I felt like it. I'm not doing it because, I have to do it. He better do it. How is he going to pay his bills? Don't worry about me and my bills, all right? Worry about yourself and your bills. I'm doing this because I want to do it. Well, why? People are going to say, but why is there a member chat? Because I don't want phony, fake people to waste my time. I want genuine people to be here who are genuinely support me on what I do. If you genuinely want to support me, then let's see it. Become a member for $2 and let's see how often are you active on my channel. How often do you come? How often do you leave a message? How often are you chatting, right? This is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for phonies. I'm not looking for, I already explained this, two-faced individuals, kissing my ass and then they talk shit behind my back. I'm not looking for those kind of individuals. I'm looking for genuine individuals. It's not about that $2. As I said this previous, I don't really give a shit about $2. I'm not going to be rich, okay, with $2, all right? It's about that principle. Let's see who is genuine and who's not. That's what this is about, okay? Which I have already explained this. My friend Shuki knows. I don't see him now. I don't know if he's on or not. Maybe he's eating his dinner. But that's the whole point of member chat. It's not about that $2. I don't give a shit about the $2. Okay? I'm going to lose $2 today. It's going to drop out of my wallet. It's going to drop out of my pockets. I'm going to lose $2. Okay? It's not about that $2. It's about the principle. Who is truly genuine, who gives a shit, and who doesn't give a shit. That's what this is about. But anyway, let's go to the runway. Let's turn around and let's slowly take off. Take off. Slowly. And then go up in the sky so high. And then slowly come down. And then slowly align around the mountains and fly like a bird. Like a bird, like a bird, like a bird, like a bird. All right, you guys ready? I'm a professional pilot. You better believe that. Why, you don't believe me that I'm a professional pilot? You don't? Well, that's too bad that you think like that. because you're wrong. I'm the most professional pilot in the history of pilots. Here we go. Here, I'll prove it to you. Look at the braking on this plane, man. Look at that. How beautiful that is. How professional this plane is, man. Super professional. How quickly it can just turn around. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Man, look at that. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. You guys ready? All right. My lovely co-pilot here will take care of the rest. She will make the announcement. Come on. Isn't she beautiful? I only have the most beautiful female co-pilots. They're all beautiful.
Koi Hake traffic. Bobby Aga 79er is clear of the runway. Koi Hake.
See? We're good.
Koi Hake traffic. Bobby Aga 79er is clear of the runway. Koi Hake.
Okay, we're ready.
Koi Hake traffic. Bobby Aga 79er. Taking off runway 21. Right close traffic. Koi Hake.
Okay. This is it. We're done. I think we're all good. Let's go ahead and let's take off. Hold on. Hold on a second. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Knots, just like that. Just like that. Huh? 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 Altitude 6,000 feet. Beautiful. Beautiful. This will be a beautiful flight. What a view, huh? Beautiful. And it's pretty cold down here. It's very cold. Don't forget, some cold temperatures down here. Why? Because we're near South Pole. Alright? We're not that far from Antarctica, you know. Oh, and another thing I think it's important to point out, to talk about. People have been asking me about, what about the Joy-Con? Not the Joy-Con, the gyroscope. The gyroscope. As long as you position your controller like this, horizontally, not vertically, horizontally, and you select gyro with the L1 and left thumbstick, it works. It works just fine. I have no issues, honestly. It's buttery smooth. Here. I can look around. I can still look around. I can adjust my throttle. I can still do what I need to do. I can still zoom in, zoom out, adjust the position on my seat. I can check my de-icing, make sure it's select on there. I can still look around, you know, it still works. But it does take some time getting used to it. You know, you have to get used to it. It's like anything else. It takes time. Practice, practice, practice. Till you find that sweet spot, and then you can really enjoy it, you know? Think of this like your... What's the word I'm trying to use? Oh, it's too loud, too loud. I'm sorry. Think of this like your little mini yoke. Think of PlayStation 5 controller as a mini yoke, and you're using it like a mini yoke, you know. Pushing down, to climb up. No issues whatsoever. Beautiful. See? And I'm using a gyro. No issues, man. No problem. You have to try things out for yourself. Guys, this is my whole point of me having this conversation with you. Everything I tell you, it's for a good reason. I'm not going to waste your time blah, 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 blah about something in the beginning if I don't think it's something that is beneficial. So you can see, no issues, no problems. Even with one hand. I can do everything. I can look around with one hand, and I can still fly. Maybe because I'm a professional, because I'm a pro, you know. That's what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm a pro. And this plane is one of my favorite. PC-24, hands down, is one of my favorite planes. I think I already mentioned that like I don't know how many times. And if you watch my videos, you will really understand why. You will understand why it's my #1 plane. And you'll know why when you watch my streams. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look, I'm doing everything with one hand. Look at that. With one hand, dude. One hand only. No issues. No problems. Nothing. Look. Easy peasy. Beautiful. See? No issues. So people who complain about the gyroscope, you need to practice more. Listen, I don't want to be... I'm not trying to be an asshole, alright? I'm just saying, you gotta practice. 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 It's all about the practice. The more you practice, the better you become. When you practice, see, it's smooth as a butter, man. Smooth as a butter. Buttery smooth. Thing's good. Look how beautiful. This part of, let's get a little bit closer over here. Like right here. How beautiful it is. Down here, man. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Look in the distance over there. Oh my God. What a beauty. Since we're getting closer to the Antarctica, maybe I should still check my de-icing. Make sure it's working. Yeah, de-icing is good. It's set to auto high. Windshield de-icing, it's set to auto high. We're good to go. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. All good. Good, 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 good. Good. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. This is a great location for a movie. Like Lord of the Rings or some kind of dragon movie. Or The Witcher. You know, one of those movies. The Witcher. Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Perfect location. I wonder where they filmed The Odyssey, where Christopher Nolan filmed The Odyssey. But this is a perfect location for a movie. It's beautiful. And how about a PlayStation 5? Huh? Can we give a round of applause? I know my friend Shuki already knows this, But all you out there who have doubts about PlayStation 5 version, can we get a round of applause? Just how beautiful, well calibrated, well polished, how well PlayStation 5 version looks, huh? Can we do that? Can we just like acknowledge how amazing the PlayStation 5 version is? Huh? And this is a base PS5. It's not even the PS5 Pro, or as Digital Foundry likes to call it, PlayStation 5 Professional. Hi, this is Mark Cerny. Welcome to PlayStation 5 Professional. Now, I'm going to explain to you the big three. The big three. Here we go. I think there's a video, a YouTube video of like going to sleep. Like it's like a 12-hour video, 12 hours of Mark Cerny just repeating himself talking about, it's like it's AI. It's an AI with a Mark Cerny voice. Hi, this is Mark Cerny. I will help you have a nice 12-hour sleep with the big three and 32 groups, 32 working groups. So please, relax. Relax your dick. Relax your balls. Relax your anus. Give a little fart if you need to. And enjoy the sleep. Like Mark's, no, for real. There's like a 12-hour, I've seen it. I don't know if it's still there. It was a long time ago. It was like a long time ago. This was last year. There was a video. Somebody made a video, like 12 hours of just Mark Cerny repeating himself through AI. It's a AI designed video of Mark Cerny just like talking to help you go to sleep. Like, I don't know, maybe some of you guys are afraid of dark. Maybe you have phobia of a boogeyman in a closet, or an alien, gray alien peeking through a closet, and your mind makes all these images and you start having anxiety. Maybe some of you guys have a difficult time going to sleep. You know, it's all psychological shit. So anyway, this is like pretty good, like, to listen to, like to go to sleep. So it's a Mark Cerny's like 12-hour. I wish I can find it, but it's like, just look for Mark Cerny, like sleep, help you go to sleep for 12 hours or something like that. But anyway, point being is, how about a round of applause for PlayStation 5? Look how beautiful PlayStation 5 looks and plays. Come on, man. Wow. 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 I'm using a gyroscope. Look how smooth that is, huh? 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 Smooth as a butter. You know why? Because I'm a professional. I'm a professional PlayStation 5 fanboy. No, I'm still Nintendo. You know, I'm still a Mr. Nintendo. I'm both. PlayStation Tendo. PlayStation Tendo. Hey. I like that. Mr. PlayStation Tendo. Because I want to be a... yes, you can be a fanboy of both systems. Like, how do you like? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't want to be just a Mr. Nintendo. Like, I want to be like both Nintendo and PlayStation. So how do I combine that? I think the best way to combine that would be Mr. PlayStation Tendo. Hi. My name is PlayStation Tendo. How can I help you? Yeah. There you go. Hashtag Mr. PlayStation Tendo. Yes, I'm a Nintendo guy and a PlayStation guy. Xbox? What? Wait. This is Xbox. This is Xbox. This is Xbox. This is Xbox. This most certainly used to be an Xbox. Can I be honest? Can I be honest? Well, of course I'm going to be honest. How pathetic. How pathetic. How pathetic. How pathetic. How pathetic. How pathetic. 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 Pathetic are those commercials. This is Xbox. Microsoft Xbox. You know, I don't even want to know. I don't even care to know what happened. It's okay. Maybe the aliens came down and the aliens gave them some sort of a drink. And after they took the drink of some alien interstellar drink, they were never the same. And they came up with these stupid, pathetic ideas. This is Xbox. And am I the only one? What's going on with the comments? I don't see anybody on the comments. Am I the only one who thinks that those commercials of Xbox Game Pass are pathetic? They spend more money on these commercials than on actually building a good console or making a first-party game. Think about it. They spend more money on commercials. They could have used that money to spend on a AAA exclusive, only on Xbox game. But no, this is Xbox, and we're going to make these ridiculous commercials. Wow, Xbox is so pathetic right now. It's just... I'm speechless. Like, beyond pathetic. Only 2 words. It's beyond pathetic. I don't know what else to say. And I used to be an Xbox fanboy, like a hardcore. This is coming from a hardcore Xbox fanboy. And it's just like, what happened? No, you look at last year, the beginning of last year. They had a good run. The first 4 months. January, February, March, April, everything was great. And then all of a sudden, they're canceling the projects. They're closing down the studios. They're firing people. They're firing developers. What are we doing? They're raising these prices on their 5-year-old consoles. They're jacking up the prices $30 a month. This is Xbox Game Pass. instead of using that money to create a VR headset? You think? Instead of using that money to create a AAA only on Xbox game, let's create a only on AAA Xbox, only on Xbox AAA exclusive game. No. We're going to spend that money, tens and 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, hundreds of millions of dollars on this commercials campaign. Hundreds of millions of dollars on these stupid ass commercials. Paying all these actors, building these designs and all this other shit. Like a movie feature type, commercials. It's beyond pathetic. Xbox, you are beyond pathetic. It's not bad enough that your services are super expensive, but on top of everything else, you got these ridiculous commercials. This is an Xbox. I'm telling you, Xbox, it's beyond pathetic. It's beyond pathetic. I don't think I'm alone in this. I don't think I'm the only guy who actually believes that Xbox is beyond pathetic. Now, the service, sure, there will be some value to some people. The $30, there might be a value for them. They like to try these day one releases. Maybe they're not, into owning the games, and they don't care about owning the games, right? And they have no problem spending $360 a year, right? They don't care if they spend $360 a year, because they don't care about owning the games. So they would rather pay $360 a year. And for them, granted, and I already acknowledged that, yeah, for some people there will be a value to Xbox Game Pass. But my God, what happened to this brand? What happened to this brand? I'm sorry. I don't see like anybody getting excited for a new Xbox console. And when is going to be a new Xbox console? And what's that going to look like? What's that going to look like? Exactly. And when is that going to be? 2028? 2029? 2030? Anyway. Cloud is the future. I know for some of you this is going to be difficult to hear. It might not be pleasing to your ears to hear this. The cloud is going to be the future. The cloud services are going to be the future. They already are, to some respect, the future. You look at GeForce Now, you look at PlayStation Plus, you look at xCloud, you look at Amazon Luna, you look at what's that company that I was promoting back in September from Ukraine? What was the name of the company? Boosteroid. Look at Boosteroid. Look at all these other services, right? This is where it's going, guys. Cloud service. It's taking over. I was right. I predicted it by 2030, 2031, the latest 2031. It's all going to become a standard. You will still have the digital option to play games digitally, but it's all going to be mainly cloud. Man, I hate to be always right. I'm not a Nostradamus. I'm not a Baba Wagner, I'm not a Baba Wagner. Even though she passed away, may she rest in peace. She was blind, but she was able to predict certain things. I'm not a Nostradamus. But I use this logical thinking. Like, I can look at the logic, like 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, based on how fast the technological advancement it's moving each year. And I can calculate that, and I can make a honest, fair trajectory, right? Fair, honest trajectory as to where this will go. The genuine trajectory. The plausible, if for the lack of the better word, the plausible trajectory. And that's what I usually do. I look at a plausible. What are the plausible trajectories? Let's be honest. Let's not go into, a fantasy world. Let's stay with reality of our technology and the way our technology is evolving right now, etc., right? And how we use that technology, etc. And I look at that, and then I calculate everything, and I look at the trajectory, and I'm thinking to myself, well, this will only go this way. It cannot go that way. It cannot go that way. It can only go this way. So that's why when I predicted back in 2018, was it 2019? I think I said 2018, you'll see. By 2030, 2031, it will be cloud gaming. And then 2019, Google Stadia came aboard. Before that, I was using Shadow and PlayStation Now, right? And after Stadia, Google Stadia, I knew, based on the technology that was available from Google Stadia, if I can play NBA 2K basketball game in 4K HDR 60 FPS on a cloud service with a really good low latency, I knew that this is going to be the future. Like, that's the one thing that Google Stadia technology has proven to me. Google Stadia failed as a service, but it didn't fail as a technological breakthrough. As a technological breakthrough, it was a pioneer that really kind of opened the door to xCloud and PlayStation Plus, and of course, Amazon Luna and many others, GeForce Now, of course, and Boosteroid and many others, Shadow PC, right, etc., to push into this direction of cloud gaming. And I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, look at Nintendo. Even Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. What do you think expansion pack is? Where do you think those games are sitting? They're sitting on a data center. It's cloud. They're on a cloud center, data center. All those classic Super Nintendo Entertainment System and Nintendo Entertainment System original games, and Sega Genesis games, and Nintendo 64 games, GameCube games, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games, all of those games, even on Nintendo, they are running from the cloud. So you see, the cloud is everywhere. Where do you watch your movies? On the cloud. Where do you watch your YouTube and your podcast and everything else? On the cloud. Everything's on the cloud. So why do you think that this is going to be different? And why do you think Xbox is heavily investing into these commercials? This is Xbox. Your LG TV, it's an Xbox. Your Samsung TV, it's an Xbox. Pretty soon your refrigerator is going to be an Xbox. It's all xCloud. Your Meta Quest 3, it's an Xbox. Everything's on the cloud. So do you really think, with the rising cost of these chips, GPUs and CPUs and memory RAM, do you really think Sony and Xbox are going to heavily invest into creating a new console? There will be one more PlayStation, I believe. There will be a PlayStation 6, but after that, I really don't think you will see PlayStation 7. I could be wrong. No. It's not the first time that I had put the foot in my mouth. I don't have a crystal ball. Okay? And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, 12 years from now, or whatever, 15 years from now, 16, 17, 20 years from now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's okay. It's not about me being right or being wrong. This is just a plausible trajectory of thinking. Like, why would, because what's the one thing that companies don't want to do? They don't want to lose money. They want a sure thing. They want to make sure that they're making money. They're in business of making money. They're not in business of satisfying us. They're in business of making money, and they want to have a business that's operating where they can save money. It's all about saving money, right? So if they can save money by building data centers and giving you the option of the cloud or a digital, right, where you can, play their games digitally on a PC or play it on the cloud directly from their service, they're going to go that route. They're going to go down that route. For those of you who want to play these games on your high-end PC rigs, well, we'll give you that option, but you'll have to pay for the subscription. You'll have to pay for the subscription fee. You'll have to pay for the subscription fee to be able to download and buy those games. Or you don't need to buy a high-end PC. You can just go ahead and play it directly from your TV. How convenient. After you finish watching Netflix, all right, I just finished watching a movie on Netflix. I want to play some PlayStation exclusive games. Well, let's go to the PlayStation app. Let's click on it. Convenience, right? Everything from your TV. Convenience. And you take that with you everywhere you go. Same thing with your Spotify. Same thing with your other applications. You take everything with you everywhere you go. Don't you think that's where it's going? Now, if there is a PlayStation 7, okay, then I was wrong. People can come back to this video and they can say and type in, you were wrong. Okay, I was wrong. So what? Whoopity doopity doopity doo. Big deal. Skibbity dibbity toilet. Who cares? If I was wrong, I was wrong. It won't be the first time, it won't be the last time that I was wrong. But something tells me that there won't be a PlayStation 7. And if there is, well, great. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, great. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Because because why? Sony will say, okay, Microsoft's not doing it. Nintendo's doing their own thing. As always, we have no competition. We have no competitors. So why bother making a console? Let's just put it on the cloud, and for those who want to play it on a PC, let them play it on a PC. We'll give them a choice. But they'll still have to pay an access fee, subscription fee. However, Sony will save a lot of money by just building data centers instead of building facilities around the world to manufacture these consoles and pay heavily to AMD or whoever, probably AMD or maybe IBM or whoever, I don't know, who will be producing their chips or designing their chips. It's going to cost them arm and leg. Not only is it going to cost them a lot of money to build those facilities and to build those consoles and to pay, the people working there, the employees, all of that's going to cost them money. And then pay the money to AMD or let's say IBM or NVIDIA, whoever, or Intel, let's say Intel, right? For CPU or maybe AMD for GPU or whatever. All of that's going to cost them a lot of money for a PlayStation 7. And then Sony's going to say, well, why should we do this? Why should we waste all this money? Well, we can just go down this route. The internet's already sophisticated. It's already great. And it's already stable in most of the metropolitan areas. Unless you live in, like where my friend Shuki's cousin lives, Frozen Foot, middle of nowhere. That's a different story. But even middle of nowhere, you got Starlink. You got satellite internet with a 500 megabits per second, which is pretty darn good. Which is more than enough for you to run on the cloud service. So think about it. What makes you think by 2031, or let's say 2035, what makes you think by 2035 is PlayStation 7 as a console going to be necessary by 2035? I don't think so. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And it's not just me that's saying this. There's a lot of smarter people out there who are looking at the stock market, advancement of technology, other, individuals out there who do this for a living, publishing articles on Forbes and many other, magazines out there, and in different outlets, right? Like Forbes is the one. Anything related business and technology wise and where it's going, right? And they're all saying the same thing. This is where it's going, right? I do read a lot of Forbes because I would like to know, I always like to know where business is going, like where market's going, how's it going, where it's going, because I just want to know. I'm interested. I'm everything interests me. I like to know. So I do a lot of research, and everything that I've researched it's pointing to one thing. I don't think there will be a PlayStation 7. Yes, there will be a PlayStation 6, maybe PlayStation 6 Pro, maybe. But I doubt you will see PlayStation 7 by 2031, 2035. I think that's it. By 2031, 2035, simply there won't be any use. There won't be any reason for Sony to create a PlayStation 7. Think about it. What would be the reason? In 2035. You know how good the internet is right now. How well do you think it's going to be by 2035? How well do you think it's going to be by 2035? So what's the need of a console? And you know what? And it's even better for Sony, because Naughty Dog and all these other, Santa Monica Studios, Insomniac Studios, they'll have unlimited resources on how they want to make their game. They're not going to be limited. Because whatever they need to make the game look state of the art, they'll be able to do it. Because there's no limitations. Because Sony will say, all right, what do you need? All right, you need more RAM? We'll give you more RAM. We'll upgrade more RAM to our data centers. What? You need more powerful GPUs? We'll get in touch with NVIDIA. They'll give us some more powerful GPUs. You need more powerful CPUs? Don't worry. We'll get in touch with the AMD. They'll give us some super fast, AMD, Ryzen, whatever, in 2035. So developers will have unlimited access of what they want to create. The most photorealistic video gaming experience ever. And with the artificial intelligence, with the AI and everything else that's available at technology disposal, what do you think we're looking at? Right. Look at our technological advancement. Look the stuff that we had technologically at our disposal right now, and what we can create technologically at our disposal right now. And look what we have at our disposal right now. Imagine by 2035. You're looking at photorealism. You won't be able to tell a difference. What's real, what's not. That's how it's going to be. Like weird freaking magic, dude. Weird freaking magic. It's going to be a weird freaking magic after 2030. After 2030, strap on a seatbelt, because it's going to be a weird freaking magic, dude. You're talking about a sci-fi? Well, you're going to live in a sci-fi movie after 2030. Because that's where we're going. So, people need to understand, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but people need to understand you can't expect something to stay status quo forever, dude. Consoles have been around for a long time, dude. PlayStation has been around since 1996, right? That's a long time ago, dude. That's a long time ago. As a console, that is a long time ago. It's almost like an ancient history. 1996, man. And before that, Sega and Nintendo's been around even before that. 40 years. 40 plus years, as old as I am, damn it. Yes, some of these consoles are as old as I am. 47 years. Don't you think after 47 years, it's time for the consoles to, hey, You had your time. You had your golden years. It was a great experience. But this is a new era. This is a new technology. It is what it is. And I think that's what people need to understand. And that's where it's going. And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing with the Xbox. You know? And you don't think the same thing will happen with PlayStation? You don't think the PlayStation's going to go down that same route? Anyway. Look, I can have a TED Talk for like a couple of hours just talking about this for like, it almost feels like I've been talking about it for a couple of hours. It does. 1 hour and 47 minutes. 1 hour and 47 minutes. But the reason I'm saying this, because I'm so tired of people saying consoles will always be around. No, they won't. That's like how stupid and naive I was when I was saying, ooh, the VHS cassettes, the video stores will be around forever, dude. And people like to go to the video store with their girlfriends or their wife and their kids and want to go to the video store and look at the movies and blah, blah, blah. See what's in there, right? Pick up some popcorn, some candy, right? Let's go watch a movie tonight. Those days are over, man. Those were great times. They're fantastic times. I lived through those times, all right? I'm a dinosaur. I lived through those times. But I'm telling you, those days are over. And guess what? What happened? Where's the Blockbuster video store? Where's the Hollywood video store? What happened? Netflix. Netflix happened. And look at Netflix. Look how big it is, man. Juggernaut. They just bought Warner Brothers. Juggernaut. Netflix is the Hollywood. Yes. You know what? They should change the name on a Hollywood Hills and call it Netflix Hills. Yeah. No, you know the Hollywood sign? That's on the Hollywood Hills. Yeah. Just remove that. Just put a Netflix. Red letters, Netflix Hills. Might as well. Okay? Things have changed. And things will change. Everything changes, man. That's the whole point of future and evolution. That's the exciting part of the future and evolution. The things will... Okay, let me ask you this. Do you feel the same way that you felt 30 years ago? No. It's an honest question. Do you feel the same way today, the way you felt 30 years ago? Do you get excited for the same music and for the same movies the way you were excited 30 years ago? Are you still excited the same way today about those same movies and those same musics that you listen to, right? The answer will probably be no. At the time, yeah, I used to enjoy it. But now I'm like, You know. That's the part of evolution, man. It's the part, everything's evolution, everything. As you're going through time, here we are, 2026, and next thing you know, 2027, right? And next thing you know, 2027. It's the evolution. It's the evolution of time, you know? But people, I don't know, they just, you know what it is? People are stuck in the past. And they think that everything will stay status quo forever. No. It's not meant to be. If you go throughout the history, just go in the past 300 years. Did everything stay status quo? No. It's not supposed to. It's called the evolution of time. Anyway. Thank you. Can I drop the microphone, huh? This is my microphone. Let me take a photo. I told you. This is the best plane ever. You can land anywhere, take off anywhere, from any kind of a surface, snow, ice, sand, any kind of surface. Doesn't matter. You can land and take off with this plane. It doesn't matter. It could be even a muddy surface. From a muddy surface, you can take off with this plane. It's the most versatile plane ever. A rugged terrain, doesn't matter if it's a rugged terrain or wet surfaces, muddy surfaces, snowy, sand, mud. You could have a bunch of mud on the surface, doesn't matter. This plane will handle it. I think I had my microphone on mute, but that's essentially what I was saying. This is why this is considered the most versatile plane. You know, PC-24, it's all I need. Honestly, do I need to bother with any other airplane other than this? I don't think I have to. This plane, it's more than enough. It's more than enough. It's more than enough. And it's very excellent when it comes to maneuvering. If there is a flat surface, even if it's rugged, even if it's a rugged terrain, we can still land. Here, I'll prove it to you. For the second time. I'm proving this to you for the second time. Just how versatile this plane is. So there's 2 landings that we did on a surface without a runway. Oh, we're going to land. I'm not even sweating it. I already done it once. It'll be a second time. I just love this plane. Now, the only thing you cannot do, you cannot land on the water, of course. Look how steady this plane is, huh? Huh? That's PC-24 Pilatus for you. Oh! 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 What did I say? Did we not land? Did we not land? Truly remarkable airplane. And I know some of you will probably say, but can you take off? Yeah, we can take off. We already landed. We can take off. Yeah. That's the whole point of this airplane. Why do you think the military, CIA, it's using this airplane? Why? Why do you think? So they can land whatever they need to land pretty quick, pretty fast, and, you know, get the hell out of the Dodge, you know, pick up whoever they need to pick up, snatch whoever they need to snatch, get the intel and get the hell out of there, and that's it. With a 440 knots of speed, can go up to 45,000 feet, high altitude. Listen, they also use this plane for rescue missions, you know. Pilatus has really created a truly remarkable airplane. They really did. But if you want me to take off, we can do it. Not a problem. We can make it happen. It'll be a little bit bumpy, but we can do it. Hold on. Damn it! Can we? Well, the problem is the terrain is too... Terrain was way too... like... There was too many... like hills, up and down, little hills, little gaps, you know. So it was just, you know, what I mean by like a terrain, like it could, as long as it's flat, it could be a little bit rugged. It could be a rugged terrain as long as it's flat. You can still take off, but it has to be flat, you know. It doesn't have to be super flat. It could be rugged terrain, but this was like too much of hills, little tiny hills, up and down. It was just too much for any plane to take off. But for the most parts, you can take off on a rugged terrain with this plane.
Center. Babiaga 79er is type Pilatus PC-24, 4 miles northwest of El Caliphate, 9200. Request flight following.
Babiaga 79er, Comodoro, Rivadavia Center, Squawk 6277.
Like I said, for the most parts, you can take off. You can take off, land on any kind of rugged terrain, as long as it's not like having like gaps and hills, little hills and gaps like we had here. You know what I mean? When it's going up like this, has to be a like flat surface, but a rugged terrain surface. It doesn't matter if it's icy, wet, muddy. It could be rugged, uneven surface, as long as it's not like having these giant gaps of little hills up and down, then of course you cannot take off with any plane unless your plane can take off vertically. Which would be what? F-35, right? F-35 can take off vertically, right? But overall, listen, this is a great plane. Believe me, I tested all kinds of planes, and PC-24, I'm telling you, it's the best of the best. You will not have a difficult time landing on a short runway. You will have a pleasant time flying with this plane. I'm telling you. And look how quickly we can climb the altitude. Look at that. We're already at like a 16,000 feet. 17,000 feet. $18,000 feet. Just like that. $19,000 feet. $20,000 feet. $21,000 feet. $22,000 feet. $23,000 feet. $24,000 feet. $25,000 feet. $26,000 feet. $27,000 feet. And you see how quickly we can climb the altitude just like that with this airplane. It truly is a great airplane. How much is this airplane in real life? I think it's 11 million. 11 million. It's expensive, of course. Anybody who can afford to buy this plane, it's very rich. There's no question about that. If you want to go to sleep, there you go. Close the curtains. Close the curtains and go to sleep. Like I said, I love my CJ4 Citation. I love my Vision Jet G2. I love my PC-12, which is also from the same company, Pilatus. But there's something about the PC-24. It's just, I like that it's versatile. It's just, and not only is it versatile, but it's everything is like so easy to access. You know, all your like switches are right up here, man. Very simple. Anybody can fly this plane. They really have designed this plane to be as user-friendly. Even if you're not like a experienced pilot, you can still you can still fly this. That's not the case with the all the other planes. With the other planes, everything is it's all over the place. Electrical power, it's here. Hydraulics and the fuel pumps and hydraulics and the fuel pumps for the jet engines. It's on this side, and then your taxi lights are on this side. It's like everything's all over the place. But that's not the case with this airplane. This airplane is really designed that even inexperienced pilot can easily like, all right, well, I get it. This is electrical system. This is internal lights. This is the left engine to start the ignition, right engine to start the ignition. These are just the taxi lights here. These are, you know, just the cabin lights. So everything, it's just easily accessible. And I think that's what makes it very unique. And before I end this live stream, one more thing I just need to mention. When it comes to gyroscope on this game, I don't know why all of you are having a difficult time. I don't have a difficult time. Just make sure before you activate L1 and left thumbstick for your gyroscope to control this as a yoke, make sure you position it flat like this. Make sure that it's positioned horizontally like this. Alright? Don't hold it like this vertically. Hold it horizontally like this. Not vertically, horizontally. Hold it like this. Then activate L1 and left trigger. And look. Man, even with one hand, no issues, man. Everything's smooth. Everything's smooth. You just have to center it horizontally. This way. Like this. And trust me, man, it works. I've been using it. Doesn't bother me. It works just fine. So I have no issues with a gyroscope on the PlayStation 5 controllers. I really don't have any issues. It takes a little bit of practice. You do have to practice, of course. But I think the more you practice, the more you will realize, hey, this is really not that bad. Once you find that sweet spot, you know, there is a sweet spot. Once you find that sweet spot, I think you will agree, man, this is actually not that bad. It's like a mini gyro mini gyroscope yoke. Think of this as your little mini yoke. You know? But you have to be gentle, you know, you have to look at your speed, how fast are you going, etc., etc. If you're going like 300 knots, I mean, come on, dude. You can't be turning left and right really fast. You're going to stall going at that type of speed, you know. Remember, it's not a jet fighter. It's not a F-16. It's not a F-18. It's not a F-22 Raptor. It's not a F-15 this is a private jet after all. You know? So you have to treat it as a private jet, not as a, you know, a stealth fighter jet. You know? But yeah, I can easily use. I've used it even on a New Year's Eve. Me and Shuki, when we were live streaming on New Year's Eve, I was flying PC-12. Most of the time, I was using a gyroscope. Didn't bother me, dude. It really didn't. Even with one hand. But it takes practice. You have to practice. Practice, practice. It's all about the practice. And once you find the sweet spot, that's it. You're good to go. So, I don't see any problem with a gyroscope. I think it's perfectly fine. You just have to get used to it. You have to practice, 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 and once you find the sweet spot, then you're good to go. My sweet spot is keeping it horizontally, not vertically like this. A lot of you guys are doing this. No, keep it like this, because think of it like this, like you're holding a yoke. Yoke has to be horizontally like this, right? What is this? It's horizontal. So you have to treat it like that. When you're pulling the yoke, pulling it like this, right here, let me show you. Pulling the yoke, pulling it like this. And then down, up, down, and then left, and then right, then left, then right. So keep it horizontally, don't keep it vertically. I think that was the mistake that I've seen with some of you guys on the YouTube videos. You're keeping it vertically. Look what happens if I do it like this. So let me show you a little example. Look at this. If I do this. Hold on. Look. I can't keep it steady. I'm losing the control. It's wobbly. It's wobbly. Okay? But look what happens when I keep it horizontally like this. Huh? Everything's good now. We're back. We're back in business.
Good day.
We're back in business. We're good.
128.1 for Bobby Aga 79er.
We're good. See? Everything's good. No issues. Even with one hand. See? Everything's good. See? See? All good. So I don't have any issues with a gyroscope. Now, I just want to clarify on this. In the beginning, the first time you try it, it's going to feel kind of weird. But that's why I'm telling you, keep it flat horizontally like this. Don't go vertically like this. And a lot of you guys are doing this. Keep it horizontally like this. Look, no issues. Even with one hand. No issues. Smooth as a butter. See? It's all good. It's all good. I can even take a screenshot. I can even look around. Yes. No issues. Yeah, it's all good. I can even walk around. No issues. Everything's good. But it takes practice. You just have to practice. It's like anything else in life. It's not going to happen all of a sudden right away, naturally. It takes time. Till you finally get a hang of it, you get a good feel of it, and you find that sweet spot. To me, the sweet spot is keeping it horizontally, not vertically. Okay? So, gyroscope, it's no issue to me. No issue, no problem. I don't even need a flight stick controller. This is more than enough. This PlayStation 5 controller. It's more than enough. Alright guys, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's time for me to go. It's already been 3 hours and 8 minutes. Look, I love this plane. I like everything about it. I have nothing negative to say about this plane. I think Carinado did a fantastic job. Really, they did. I would like to see them work on a PC-12 Pro, which is a single prop turbo engine Pilatus airplane, a successor of the PC-12. It's a PC-12 but an upgraded version of PC-12, and they call it PC-12 Pro. So maybe they will work with Pilatus to create PC-12 Pro for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I would love to fly that as well. I love Pilatus, man. I love both PC-12 and PC-24. However, PC-24 is just more advanced, just better. But PC-12 is good. And the good news is, PC-12, it's included. So when you pay $70 for PlayStation 5 version, you're getting some good quality planes, dude. You're getting CJ4 Citation, which is pretty good for a private jet. You're getting Vision Jet G2, which is pretty good. And you're also getting PC-12 from Pilatus. So just those three planes alone, those are pretty good three options for you to fly. So you do get a pretty good, quality lineup of planes. And you also get a Huey helicopter. A Huey helicopter included as well. So you do get some good lineup of airplanes. You don't necessarily have to buy a deluxe edition or $200 ridiculous edition. The basic edition, $70 it's more than enough. Trust me. So anyway, now this you have to pay for this. You have to pay for this. This is not included. This is $20.49, and it's worth it. Watch my videos, watch my live streams. It certainly is worth it. There's no question about it. It's worth it. We're getting closer to Antarctica. Let's take a photo. But there's something we forgot to do. Hold on. Forgot to turn on the lights. There we go. Why am I turning on the landing lights? So I can see. It's kind of cool. I just love having these landing lights when I'm going through the clouds. It's so cool when you're going through the clouds and having these lights shine through the clouds. It's really cool. I just love it. Of course, you can turn it off if you like. This is so cool. And all with a gyroscope. Here we go again. I'm using a gyro. All with a gyroscope. No issues. Okay. That's the end of the live stream. Look, I'm really impressed with PlayStation 5 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, I mean, I'm very subjective of, you know, PC-24, because I love PC-24. Pilatus is one of my favorite. And, you know, I love it. I love this plane. And, of course, I love all my other planes as well, like CJ4 and Vision Jet G2 and, you know, many others like PC-12. But, you know, PC-24, I'm very subjective because I really love that plane, and this is the one, PC-24, from Pilatus. PC-12 is also from Pilatus, and there's another version called PC-12 Pro. Hopefully we'll have it on Asobo's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 store. Hopefully Carinado will be working on it, but we'll see. What else? PlayStation 5 version has really surprised me. PlayStation 5 version has surprised me in so many ways. One of the big ways that it has surprised me, it's just how well it works. I've been using it now for 20 days. Haven't had one single hiccup, one single mishap. The game never crashed, never kicked me out of the server, never had any issues with photogrammetry. Textures were never popping in and out. It's been such a pleasant experience. And if you don't believe me, go watch my live streams. Go watch all of those videos and live streams that I have done. Or go watch my New Year's Eve 9 hours and 50 minutes live stream as well. It's all there. It's all there for you to see. And I think once we get the update for PSVR 2, PlayStation VR 2, that will be the icing on the cake to me personally. All right, so tomorrow we'll take a little break. We'll play some Mario Kart World. I've been playing Mario Kart World, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun playing online. It's a nice grind. It's just a fun game, you know, Mario Kart World. Because I felt like I never spent too much time on the Mario Kart World. I felt like, well, maybe I should spend some more time playing Mario Kart World. Are there any games I'm looking for in particular? Well, the obvious one, of course, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Hopefully there will be a demo soon. There is one game coming out called Code Violet, but I'm not paying for it unless somebody gift it to me. You know, like hey, here's the game. Go check it out. I'm certainly not going to pay my hard-earned cash to see if the game is good or not. My issue right now with Code Violet is it's been delayed so many times, and their previous game, Quantum Error, has been a pure disaster. Quantum Error has been nothing but a pure disaster. So not only do they not have any good resume, and their resume is a disaster, and now all of these delays and no playable demo for me to play. I hope I'm proven wrong. But hey, if you want to prove me wrong, release the demo. Release the demo. When is the game coming out? When is it supposed to be coming out? When, I don't know, I forgot. January. Is it January 12th or something? I don't know. I know it's coming out this month. I don't even know. Is it January 12th? Is it January 10th? What's today? January 8th? Tomorrow? No, January 7th. Tomorrow's the 8th. When is it coming out? I don't know. Is it 10th, 11th, 12th? I don't know. But I think it's going to be another Mind's Eye. It's like the same situation as Mind's Eye. The only difference here is with Code Violet, you know that these guys don't have a good resume. Their previous game was a total disaster. Quantum Error was a total disaster. So it's like, what do you expect me? What do you expect me to say? Now, release the demo. If you think, here's my advice to developers. If you think you got something really good, why not release the demo? If I believe that I have a really great game and I can't wait to share it with you guys, guess what I'm doing? I'm releasing a playable demo for everybody to try it out, because I want you to see what I've been working on. I want you to see how awesome this is. But if you're not releasing the demo and you're not doing any press on it, you're not doing any interviews, you're not saying anything, and you're delaying the game, and we all know that your previous game, Quantum Error, was a total disaster, and you're coming from a total disaster, and now with all these delays, I'm sorry, you'll have to do better than just telling me, hey, I hope, and did you see what they said? I hope you guys like it. That's a great vote of confidence. Hey, we'll release it. I hope you guys like it. hey. We hope it doesn't suck. We hope it's not another Quantum Error. I'm sorry. I know it's $60 and it's $50, but if you want the deluxe edition, it's $60. Still, even at $50, man, are you kidding me? There's other games I could be buying. Are you kidding me? Dude, if I'm going to spend $60 on Code Violet, I might as well get a Kirby Air Riders, bro. Or Hyrule Warriors. And just play Kirby Air Riders or Hyrule Warriors, you know. I'm sure I'll have more fun with that. You know, so what am I looking forward to? This month looks pretty empty. There's nothing going on really this month. Actually, there is. Hold on. On a Nintendo, there is. Oh, Final Fantasy. Oh yeah. That's right. See, I almost forgot. Final Fantasy 7. Oh, yo. I feel like Christopher Walken. I tell you. Yo. Wow. Final Fantasy. I'm telling you. I want to play it. Why? Because I love Final Fantasy. It's been my fantasy since I was growing up. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7, dude. Final Fantasy 7 on a Nintendo Switch 2, man. Yo. Why it's so cool that it's on Nintendo Switch 2? Because you can play it on your handheld device. You can cozy up in your bed during the winter. This is a winter. In case you don't know, we're in January. Okay? We're in winter, alright? It's winter, alright? It's not a summer. It's not a spring. We're in winter, right? So you want to cozy up in your bed and play Final Fantasy VII. So I'm looking forward to Nintendo Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy VII. Absolutely, yeah. February looks pretty good. We got Mario Tennis Fever on Nintendo Switch 2. People ask me, and I know because I have to answer this question because people have been asking me. Hold on, this is too loud. Hold on. People have been asking me about Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Where are you going to play Resident Evil 9 Requiem? Nintendo Switch 2. And I'll explain. Because I know, well, yeah, but you got a PlayStation. You have a PC. Don't you think it will look better? Yeah, for sure. It will look much better on my PC. Of course. Yeah, sure. On an ultra-wide screen, of course. Sure. Of course. Plus, I can use all those mods. Have her walking around naked. Yeah, all that shit. Sure, I know. PC, I get it. Relax, PC Master Race. Calm down, PC Master Race. Settle down. Settle down, PC Master Race. Yeah, I know. Even on the PlayStation, I know it's going to look great. It's going to look great. But I'm curious. What about Nintendo Switch 2? Since I already have Nintendo Switch 2, I want to know. How's it going to look? What Nintendo Switch 2 hardware can do? Isn't that the whole point? For me to discover, to see what Nintendo Switch 2 hardware can do with Resident Evil 9 Requiem. So yes, I will be playing Resident Evil 9 Requiem on Nintendo Switch 2. You know. And why not? Why not? Since I already have Nintendo Switch 2. There's 2 games I'm looking forward to on Nintendo Switch 2. Actually, 3 games. Final Fantasy VII. And they said they're going to add some extra stuff in there. I'm looking forward for Final Fantasy VII. Nintendo Switch 2 version. I'm looking forward to Mario Tennis Fever. That's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, Resident Evil 9 Requiem on Nintendo Switch 2. So yes, I will be playing Resident Evil 9 Requiem on Nintendo Switch 2. There, now you know. Now you know where I'm going to play it. Now you know. My neck. Oh my God, it's just driving me crazy. Because I'm a big guy, you know. I have a tall neck, shoulders, giant hands, everything. I'm a tall guy, man. Look at these shoulders. Even the camera cannot depict the size of these shoulders, man. I feel like a Frankenstein. By the way, great movie. If you haven't seen the Frankenstein, go watch the Frankenstein. It's on Netflix. It's one of the best movies I've seen so far, man. It's really good. So, yeah. There you have it. That's the end of the live stream. So now you know. I will be playing Resident Evil 9 Requiem on Nintendo Switch 2. And why wouldn't I? I have a Nintendo Switch 2. Why not? Same thing with the First Light James Bond. Why not? Let's see how it looks on Nintendo Switch 2. Since I already have it. Why not? That's the whole point of me having Nintendo Switch 2. To see how these games run on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay? Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next live stream and the next video. Thank you. Have a good night.